What's up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wylde finally back on his YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, dedicated to the Philadelphia Eagles. And today, man, I've got a video that I've been dying to make for a little while now. It's an argument that a lot of Eagles fans have, and a lot of Eagles fans like myself have with people that aren't Eagles fans. And that's when it comes to number 11, Carson Wentz, the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. This is one of the most annoying arguments that I've ever had to have as an Eagles fan. It drives me insane. It drives me, sorry kids, fucking bonkers. Because I've got two eyes, and these two eyes see pretty damn well, especially up close. And when I talk about these Eagles in 2019, one of the biggest reasons why I think they're going to be great is because Carson Wentz is going to come back healthy with a full off season. When he was a rookie in 2016, he put up decent numbers without an offseason. He was thrown basically into the fire after the Eagles traded Sam Bradford to the Minnesota Vikings. Carson thought he was going to be sitting as a backup and learning the whole year, but that didn't happen. He got thrown in there and had to throw to guys like DGB, Paul Turner, and a very garbage-like Nelson Aguilar. But still came through with some pretty good numbers as far as throwing yards are concerned. 2017, full off-season, great weapons added by Howie Roseman. We talked about LeGarrette Blount as a running back, Darren Sproles, and then your receivers. Alshon Jeffrey, a legit, badass, number one, throw it up and he'll get it, wide receiver. Torrey Smith, a guy that could still tear the top off the defense where safeties had to respect it. Ertz, a healthy Zach Ertz coming in. Trey Burton with another year under his belt and a stud-like offensive line. Carson, I mean, look, again, eye test, okay? The Eagles in 2017 were 11-2 with Carson Wentz, and it's not just that they were 11-2, it's the way that they were 11-2. He was absolutely humiliating and annihilating defenses. I remember the Broncos coming in, I believe it was week 8, and when they came in at that point, their defense was not giving up much through the air. I mean, this was a game that a lot of people thought the Eagles could lose, and I think they put up 50 on the Broncos. Carson looked amazing. He looked excellent. I mean, this guy's making throws that most quarterbacks don't make. And then the game against the Rams, no one will forget, he tore his ACL and his MCL. Heartbreaking. But Nick Foles came in, who everybody, the media and everyone said, oh, Nick Foles comes in, the Eagles are done. They're not going to win another game. And he comes in with the 11-2 that Carson gave him and has an unforgettable playoff run that ended with him being Super Bowl MVP. So that's something that we'll never forget. I'll never forget. Nick Foles will be a true Philly legend for as long as there's Philadelphia sports. That is not something to be argued. But this argument that Carson Wentz is that 2017 never happened because he got injured is insane. And we look at 2018. He comes in week 3. This is an injury, and a lot of us, including me, didn't want to believe that this was an injury that took a full year to recover from. You know, when I say recover, I mean not just being healthy, but getting used to being back to being healthy. We thought that this dude could just come back and be 110% of what he was in 2017, but that's not possible. Medically, it's not possible. And also, this is, again, a guy that did not have an offseason with his team. Torrey Smith, no longer there. Mike Wallace hurt. A lot of new pieces put in. The running game, when Carson comes in, Jay Ajayi was a shell. Jay Ajayi's body completely gave out, exploded. He was a shamble of what he was. So no running game for Carson. Darren Sproles wouldn't come in until Carson was already out. I mean, the team was not what they were. Jason Peters, I think, tore his bicep and was playing hurt. For most of the time, Carson was in there. Lane Johnson got hurt, missed a couple games. I mean, the team itself was just not very good. And again, no offseason, no running game. And Carson still put up numbers. He still put up numbers. And I'm not a stat guy. I'm not going to read off stats that you could look up through Google or Wikipedia. But I am going to point this out for everybody that says that Carson Wentz was a complete trash in 2018. I am going to point this out. Again, remember, he doesn't have a true number 2 wide receiver because Mike Wallace got hurt. So now you just have whomever to throw to. Golden Tate was not the fit there. He came in later. But In 2017, Carson Wentz threw for 3,296 yards. He had 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with a passer rating of 101.9. Now that's 2017. He had played 13 games. Okay? 2018 rolls around. He plays 11 games. He has 3,074 yards, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and listen to this. His quarterback rating was 102.2. That's better than 2017 with a worse team. So Carson's still putting up numbers. And this is, again, a dude that obviously isn't 100%. So 2019 rolls around. I fully believe that Carson Wentz is coming back 100% healthy. He's going to have a full off season with better weapons around him, with a guy like Deshaun Jackson that can tear the top off of defense, with a running game that now includes Jordan Howard. And that Jordan Howard, again, a lot of people that aren't Eagles fans don't want to believe this, but Jordan Howard is a very, very, very good Pro Bowl running back. And he's going to be that for the Philadelphia Eagles. I also believe they're going to do some stuff in the draft to better that as well. But let's just say that they don't. This team is loaded on offense again, like they were in 2017, and tailor-made for Carson Wentz to succeed in the 2019 season. Now, again, if he can stay healthy, right? Because I know people watching this are going, yeah, but Carson got hurt in 2017. He broke his back in 2018. I have a theory on that back injury that if the Eagles were still in the race, Carson would still be playing. I don't believe that the coaches thought that they could win both the Rams and the Texans game. But Nick Foles comes into a team with now cornerbacks that were off the street but had been on the defense for now a couple weeks, which they weren't when Carson had them. And now Jim Schwartz knows where to put them. The Chandon Sullivans, the Cravon LeBlancs, Avonte Maddox as a rookie are now starting to play better, giving the team a better chance. Doug Peterson decides to use Josh Adams, who is starting to play good and better. So Nick comes into a better team, I believe, than Carson Wentz had. So again, we talk about this injury, and it's going to be beat over my head that he's injury prone, blah, blah, blah. You know, how many games is he going to play? You don't have Nick to back him up now, da-da-da-da-da, this and that, whatever. It's horseshit. It really is. It's just something that fans that aren't Eagle fans like to say because it makes them feel better, because most likely they have a team like the Giants or like the Redskins or even the Cowboys that absolutely blow, that suck. So it makes them feel better by saying this stuff to us. And Eagle fans that like to say it are just your negative Eagle fans that aren't really looking at, again, not using these two things that we have in our head called eyes. Okay, look back. I'll even bring this up. 2006, Drew Brees is ending his career with the San Diego Chargers, and he's a free agent. He's gonna sign with another team. However, he has a 360-degree tear in his shoulder, one of the worst injuries a quarterback can have. The doctors say it's a 1 in 500 type injury. Like, it's just something that doesn't happen. And now Drew Brees doesn't know if he's even ever gonna play again. We know how that story played out. Drew Brees, Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. 2007, Tom Brady. Now again, Tom Brady had already won Super Bowls, I know, but he tears his ACL. Tom Brady came back from that ACL tear in a pretty good position, if you ask me. Now possibly the greatest quarterback of all time. So I don't want to hear this injury stuff, okay? Now look, Carson gets injured this season. If he gets injured and doesn't play well, I will eat my words. I will do this. I will do a video buck naked talking about how I was wrong and everybody else was right, and that Carson sucks and the Eagles now have to find another quarterback, and hopefully they can make something happen. But until that happens, which I don't think it will, Carson Wentz is our quarterback. He's a franchise player. He's a blue chipper, and this is a guy with motivation now like no other quarterback has had, because he has heard all the noises, all the talking heads, and I believe that in 2019 he comes back with a bunch of new, pretty, shiny weapons. He is going to be that guy that we saw in 2017 and possibly better. So, with that being said, I want to end this video with this. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed to this channel. I promise you there's going to be some exciting content to come with the draft coming just a few days away. Let's try to keep Jalen Mills out of jail. All right, if we can do that, keep Howie working on this salary cap like he has, we are going to be in great shape, and 2019 is going to be awesome. Eagle fans, buckle up, get ready, and please, please once Carson Wentz has this amazing season I think he's going to have in 2019, come back and watch this video and tell me how I was right, because I know I am. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys after the draft.